Now in studio, I have Melissa Gentile, a local wedding dress designer. She's going to give us all the information that you need to know about designing your own custom dress. Welcome to studio.
Thank you for having me.
Give me a little information, a little background on Melissa Gentile Couture.
Well, first of all, I started business 13 years ago, but I've been designing since I'm a little kid. I was always passionate about sewing and making my own clothes, and so it started at a really young age. And once I finished high school and I had to pursue my studies, I went into design. And after that, I interned with a local bridal gown designer, and from there, I just got a total passion for it. I just loved wedding dress designing, and I started my own business from that point on.
Now, when someone thinks of having a customized dress made, it can be thought of as quite an overwhelming process. Can you lead me through the steps that it takes?
Yes, for some brides it seems like an overwhelming process, but it's actually fairly simple when we go step by step. So the first initial meeting with the bride, we just kind of go over her ideas, what she likes, what she dislikes, and we brainstorm together.
All the drawings that she had when she was a little girl.
Pretty much. Because every little girl dreams of it from a young age up to this day, right? And so once we've come up with an idea, I sketch it out for her, we go over some tweaks that she might have, and then we start the creation process. So we basically start the dress from scratch. So the first fitting she'll have is really just like a plain fitting of the dress, like no details or beadwork added on it yet. It's just the first initial dress fitting, and then from there on we add detailing and beadwork and layering, and you just see it come to life like step by step. And the whole
wonderful.
Creation process is really fun.
How far in advance should they be coming to see you in order to get that process started?
Look, everyone has different time frames. Like ideally, I'd say 8 months, but we do rush orders as well. Like if a bride only has 5 months or 4 months,
it is possible.
It is possible. Maybe not 2 weeks, but
yeah,
if you come within a decent time frame, you have enough time.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now you're obviously going to give your input and a little bit of you. So where do you get your inspiration?
I get inspired by the fabrics I work with, the trends, and also the client. I, look at her and I use her as base for inspiration on what I think would suit her, what she also likes to see on herself, and I go from there. I'm not gonna put a client in a dress that's really not fitted for her, because that's not the point of making a dress custom made. It's to have the right fit for you, the right style for you.
Now, speaking of trends, when a bride comes to you, she might have an idea or something that she's seen in a magazine. How often is that what they come to you with?
It happens very often. A few years ago when Kate Middleton married Prince William, I got a lot of phone calls like within weeks for the Kate dress.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted a dress with lace sleeves, and that's when the trend started actually. So now you see a lot of dresses with lace sleeves, which weren't so popular before.
So it's kind of come full circle again.
Yeah, it's come full circle again.
What is your favorite style of dress to create when a bride says, I want this, and you just say, oh my gosh, I can't wait to do it?
I think, honestly, the more complex and intricate the style, the more I love it, because it becomes a challenge for me. The harder the challenge, the more you just want to work towards that goal. So when a bride comes to me and she wants this dress with this voluminous skirt with intricate detail, I love it.
So do you have a memorable dress that someone had you really challenge or really push the envelope?
I do. A couple of years ago, this bride came to me and wanted a big ball gown, and she wanted the top made entirely of lace with all these beads. So we had actually just beaded her entire cap sleeves and neckline, and it looked gorgeous.
Something you hadn't done before. And
exactly.
You really got to showcase your work.
Exactly.
What would you say is your favorite part about creating dresses for brides?
I love the whole design process, from the beginning sketching to the final product, because that's when you really see your idea and your work come to life.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for joining me in studio, Melissa.
It was a pleasure.
These were beautiful gowns. I'm so glad you could break down a few of those misconceptions that maybe brides had about having their dress created. When you go to the Showcase Wedding website, I want you to click on Melissa's link and share with her what has been your dream wedding dress style.